Good morning, girls. How are you doing? It's an awesome Sunday morning, the Sunday after Thanksgiving. I'm sorry I'm not with you. My family always comes to Wrightsville Beach for Thanksgiving. My brother and his wife and their 3 boys, and my husband, Robbie, and me, and my girls, and my mom and dad, they live here. We always do this. This is kind of like our decompression time. We always come down like Tuesday or Wednesday and then stay till today. So we will be headed back to High Point today. But I wanted to just come and just kind of give you a word. Every morning I have been coming out to the beach, and what I do is I go down to my favorite place. It's called Loops. I don't know if you can see my coffee. I go down to my favorite place. It's called Loops. I walk down there and get coffee, and it's actually their local made donuts. They have the awesomeness of donuts, if that's a word. The most awesome donuts ever. They have like key lime pie donuts. They have all kinds of donuts, and it's so great. And you know, when you take time out and you just decompress, it's nice to be able to kind of visit your happy places when you go off, you know, kind of to your favorite places. And that's one of my happy places. And I go down there and I get a cup of coffee, and I actually have donut holes this morning. Oops, see? I actually have donut holes this morning, taking them back. And then I come out on the beach because it's about, I don't know, maybe 10 blocks from my house down. So I walk down, get a cup of coffee, and then I walk out on the beach. And this is what I see. I see God's morning. And, you know, there is nothing like getting up on a crisp, cool, well, it's cold, morning, and walking out and seeing the splendor of God's handiwork. We take all of this for granted. I take all of this for granted. And I might get a little emotional this morning because, I don't know, I've got to leave, come back. Not that I don't love y'all, not that I don't love High Point, my job, but this is my happy place. This is where God can replenish me. This is where God can kind of speak to me without all the noise. Do you have a place like that? Do you have a place like that in your house? Do you have a place like that, you know, in your bedroom at night, or in the morning by yourself, or, you know, if you go to a coffee shop and can sit down with headphones on, or the beach, you know? But do you have a place like that where God can kind of replenish you? We all need that. We all need that. And as offspring of God, we need to be able to hear what He has to say to us. You know, last weekend we did the Renew Retreat, and I know some of you could come, some of you couldn't. And what was so awesome about that weekend was that I think it really put into perspective a couple of things. One, it made us realize again that we are made in the image of God. God cares about us. God cares about each one of us. He cares about our everyday lives. He cares about who we are. And He made us to be certain girls. He did not make us all to be the same girl, okay? He put in us different qualities. He put in us different needs and desires, and different likes and dislikes, and different talents. Some of us are good at one thing, some of us are good at other things. There's reasons for that, and we found that out last weekend. We also found out that being made in the image of God means that you are special. You don't need to rank yourself based on the world. You don't need to rank yourself based on what other people think of you. If you line things up, remember we talked about if you line things up, God being the one that you are on the top, is on the top. If you line things up with God and you are right with God, everything else will follow. That's just how it is. That's how He designed it. That's why He does not want anything above Him. If there are things above Him that you are striving to line yourself up with, whether it be physically, mentally, emotionally, you know, the way you look, the way you act, you know, ranking yourself on how smart you are, this, that, and the other. As long as you line yourself up with God, you're going to be fine. But when you put things above Him, that's when He does not, He's not very happy, because He knows how He made you, and He knows He made you to line up with Him, not with those other things. And those are called idols when we put those certain things above Him. So that's number 2. Number 3, we learned that in order to be able to be in connection with God,